Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Knowles Tarot, and welcome to your weekly reading. Um, Hope you guys are doing pretty well. So today we're going to be looking at your current and future energy. We're going to be looking at that with the Prism Oracle. Got the bottom. Ooh, you got growth. I like that. So the Prism Oracle and the Hermetic Tarot, and making a surprise guest interest today. For those of you who've been following along, we've got the Lenormand coming along, and at the bottom is at the Nine of Cups, the Rider. I'm just going to pull one from the Lenormand before and after to see what the energies look like, what we're going into, and then we're moving forward to with the Lenormand. Just got this deck back, so I just want to like dip my toes into it because I'm not too sure. I haven't read it in a long time, but it's one of my favorite decks, so we'll use it today. We're gonna put this either ways. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need it. So yeah, looking at the current and future energy with the Prism Oracle and Hermetic Tarot, see what's going on. Hopefully, get you some clarity, some advice, some movement. Hopefully, whatever helps. Let's see. There is a lot before this reading, and I'll timestamp. It wasn't a lot really, but I will still timestamp. What was it? First of all, definitely Mercury retrograde while I'm currently filming is happening. So if you're going through that, you could be experiencing some issues with that. I know I've definitely been. Some people in my family have been feeling it as well. But I mean, personally, me, it's just so many weird issues I've been having. I know I had to deal with like issues with my car, and then seems like it may not even be an issue. It's just like such a weird thing where like I had to move it because it was going to be towed, and then all the cars that are still marked for tow are still sitting there, not towed. So I freaked out for a whole day trying to like fix it, and I don't know what's going on. But you know, that's the universe doing its thing. So something about just like faith and work and continue to fight for what you want, you know, in a practical way, because Mercury still does rule like Earth and the mind, something like that. So still be practical about your things. Don't let attachment or emotion override it. Let it feed it, but don't let it override it. Override, it sounds like a car phrase now, but yeah, just be careful of like thinking, speaking, making plans, technical things, computers, vehicles, any weirdness going on with that. It's just probably the energies around you. But then what else was there? I'm gonna get into this. I feel like there's something else. Oh my god. Well, if it comes back. Because I can remember what it was, but I can't remember exactly. So it's one of those moments where I know I gotta move forward. So it could be an energy of having to still continue to move forward as well. Either ways, let's get into this and see what's up. Oh, Mercury retrograde is a tough time. This has been one of the hardest ones. Let's see. But I think it's a gift because we also have Venus that just went direct, and Jupiter that's in retrograde. So it's like expansion, luck, values. There's more good than bad. Which is I think the overall energy. So let's get into it and actually see what the cards say. Let's see. So with the Lenormand, what's the overall energy for the current and future? Just one card. Oh, I got all the animals around me. Hi, puppy. Oh, speaking of animals, the birds. Come here. Oh, distracting. But so lovely. The birds, the Seven of Pentacles, starting from scratch. Starting from scratch, making a new plan. The birds, this deck also talked about, I haven't read this in a while, communication, which is Mercury. And these birds also feel like Mercury, definitely like getting from one place to another. The sevens also talk about getting from one place to another. So it feels like you're moving from one place to another. This could be, and that sounds like current and future energy too. Like you're in like the end of a really tough cycle, and you're moving into the beginning of a and the birds here are light energy. Like we have the birds and we have the owls. The owls are more, they're heavier, they're more weighted, they've had more time and experience, but the birds are fresh or new. So it's a new experience that you're moving into. But that again, it feels like you could start from scratch if it's a new experience, but it's not completely from scratch. It's like Aquarius Fool energy. It's like starting from scratch, but with knowledge and experience and wisdom, but with the very fresh energy. That's at the bottom. I knew it. I haven't seen this card in a long time. The Six of Pentacles. So it's nice. The Seven of Pentacles going. Oh, Seven of Pentacles going to the Six. So literally releasing something, dropping something, lightening the burden. The clovers here are about luck, so lucky opportunity. But luck is also definitely usually in my mind about preparation and opportunity. So it's like, it always feels very lucky, but you could have prepared for this. But it's like just the right. It's like the right things meeting. So I don't know, coming to an opportunity for something for sure. And cat discovers plastic. I'm gonna get into that. This house here is very, because I'm not pulling much from this deck, so like these cards are talking more. I know it's like this house is like this meeting place, or it's like this. It's like almost like a train station. It's like a meeting place for you to get from one place to another. So like whoever you meet in this meeting place, you could like meet people for a short time, or know people for a short time, or just like interact with a lot of different people on your way to somewhere else. But in this train station, you learn so much. It's like transformational still. It's like you go in as a certain person, you leave out as a different type of person. But it's very strong. The 12 there is hangman energy, so releasing to the process, faith. It's also like there's 12, technically 12/13 or more zodiac signs, 12 standard. So it makes me think of like different personalities, different people that you may have interacted with, and just learning different aspects of yourself maybe. So that's why you're changing as you move on to the next phase of your life. I say that with a question mark because it came out fast, so I wasn't sure what I said. But you can do the backspace and replay. Alright, let's get into the current and future energy and see what's up. With the Prism Oracle, let's see for the collective general energy. Also, if you've been following along, sorry that I've missed the midweek upload. Sometimes I try to upload midweek, but I've been working on content for my other channel, so I'll link that below. Also, maybe go check that out. Some Sims gameplay from my main channel. So if you like The Sims, definitely check that out. Let's see. Current and future energy with the Prism Oracle. What's the current energy? Oh, that came out fast. And a butterfly just went by, so that was really sweet too. Sweetness. This card is always it's always on the vaguer side of the cards to me, because it's like a lollipop. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? Not much artistic description. Just kidding. I love this deck. Probably my favorite. Sweetness. It's a heart that's on, and it usually looks like a lollipop. Now it looks like a, okay, let me eat my words. Literally like a lollipop. Now it's giving more like, how do I say it? Like, the McDonald's sign is coming to my head, but like a restaurant sign. So like it's a sign in your current energy, a display. These signs are usually to attract people to come in. Even candy, like it's an attractive thing. So it's like, and like think of like candy like laying around, it can attract bugs. So this is something that you are in a very attractive state right now, where you're attracting a lot of sweet things, a lot of sweet energy. At the bottom is ideation, so you're creating something too. So it's a very sweet energy that you're in right now. I like that. Could be indulging, and well deserved, because I think this creation has taken a lot out of you. So like indulging is like a good thing in this moment. I don't Um, but yeah, I'm still seeing that sign. It's not neon physically, but it's neon in my brain the way I see it. So it's just very very alluring, very attractive, very pulling something in. So you could be manifesting, pulling something in, that opportunity that we were just talking about. We'll keep going and see. We'll keep going. Clarify that with tarot. Most definitely. Most def. I keep looking. I don't know what it's supposed to mean though. Well, I keep looking at this part of the lollipop, the little line that's drawn on the outside of the top, and I know that's like a artistic shine. It's supposed to be like a shine on the lollipop or the sign. So something about, I don't know, shining, alluring, attracting. It seems simple, but there's much more to it. Like there's so much more of a reason why you're attracting and stuff. It's not just like you're just like manifesting blindly. Like there's some reason. There's some reason. There is a reason that you are needed to attract or allure people at the moment. And it's a deep reason. I feel like with the sweetness energy, I'm thinking like with the energy, like it's shaping you in a really good way, because like I'm thinking now this is in the shape of a heart, like it's like a very defined, specific shape. So I don't know, it's really shaping you to be, and growth is back. So yeah, it's shaping you in a really good way. Let's see. So for the collective's future energy, if this is their current, what does their future look like? A bit of advice in this as well. What does their future look like? We got consciousness and flow at the bottom. Going with the flow. Consciousness releasing. Another vague card. Vaguer. Expanding, shrinking. Almost look like the target's closing in on something. The consciousness card is about releasing to a higher purpose. It's almost like you see how when it goes up, when it releases to the when it lightens itself and is able to be lifted, it like gets smaller. So it's like making yourself smaller, sacrificing, shedding off parts of the cycle in order to make yourself lighter, in order to release to the process to be elevated in a way. So shedding off, making something smaller, looking at like maybe even looking at the details of something and then like zooming out for the big picture, but really getting the important parts of something so that you can move forward in a very light energy. And this light energy has been around the whole time with the birds, the sweetness. It's very light. Even these are like very light colors too. This may be like a hot pink, but like this is the hottest part about it, and that's you and your current. But the consciousness, something about the consciousness. The C is a number 3. I always remember, reminds me of Empress, birth, creation. So something that you're creating, something that you're birthing, it takes a bit of release, but it also is going to come with a great reward of elevation. We'll clarify. Flow is at the bottom. Ups and downs, but there's point A and point B. You're going to make it to your destination for sure. Let's see. feel like these are both also like in alignment. These are both like in a line moving upwards or down. You know, it's like it's not about the up or down. That's funny. It's not about the up or the down. It's sort of just about getting to the destination that you are seeking, you know. The Wheel of Fortune. This came out before the reading when not this card, but the Wheel of Fortune from the lenormand came out before the reading, so that's pretty cool. So a shift, a definite change, a definite like end of one cycle and the beginning of another, and this is just the beginning. I've been hearing that a lot, so that's a really good thing. They shuffle these; they're kind of stuck together. The Star and the Devil. Damn, that's 15, 17. If I think of 15 and 17, they have a middle in between, which is the 16, which is the Tower, which is pretty interesting, because it's like, that's 15 and 17 would be point A, point B, 16's in the middle, so that's like the journey in the middle. So this is literally talking about point A, point B, where you've come from in the past and where you're going in the future, but this is like a bigger scale, like maybe like think of 5 years, 10 years, right? But then also on a smaller scale where you've been in the last 5 months, the last 5 days, like thinking about that journey, because like where you're moving, cause I think you're thinking about all this because where you're moving to is major, you know, where you're moving to is way different than where you are now. It's a precipice energy, like an edge of the literal edge of a 2 different cycles. The Devil and the Emperor, what the Star one, but the Emperor came out. And the Devil's still here, so I don't know what that's about. I was talking about attachments in the beginning. And indulgence, but also just like it's okay and it's good, but definitely in a staying practical, staying grounded still in that. Okay. Let's see. So with the sweetness energy and the current, what's that about? Sweetness energy and the current. Knight of Wands. Interesting. What's that? 2 of Pentacles at the bottom. Knight of Wands. Capture the flag almost, because it could be like this could be like a flag, and this is like the one charging for the flag. So really claiming something, claiming that lightning, that flame and that lightning, that's full fire energy. And now this is so much, and I was just talking crap about this card, but if I think of this being a full fire card, for some reason this now just reminds me of like a roasted marshmallow, like a stick and a marshmallow. It's really the worst example. maybe not. But now I don't know. It's just like it's giving camp, capture the flag, woodsy, survival almost. So like claiming your victory after maybe a strong, like there we go. It took a weird second, but like claiming your victory after a long cycle of like surviving and having to. It almost gives like paycheck to paycheck, and also like, but even like, there's an ant on my phone. So, could be a lot of like work. Are you gonna go through the camera? Because that would be rude. That would be funny too. Oh my god. But not just paycheck to paycheck, but also just like literally like whatever it is to you that is just barely surviving. Like that's what you've been doing, but now this is the victory you're claiming. Now this is like the sweeter part of the energy, like literally the end of season, like at the end of a season, like where all the work has been put in, and this is like the burning. Almost, I feel burnout, but I don't feel burnout. I feel like the Knight of Wands was at burnout, and now then like dropped all the wands, became the knight, got on the horse, because that horse probably couldn't carry those 10 wands, all that burden. So had to leave all that behind, moving towards a sweeter energy now in your current with Knight of Wands, really capturing that, taking that for your own. And for me, roasting marshmallows in camp is like vacation. It's like relaxation. So you could be taking a vacation, or at the end of one, or at the beginning of one, or it doesn't really specify here. When I was talking about that 15 and 17, it's literally like the energy. Three important points, three important like cycles, three important steps, something like that. Okay. Consciousness in the future. Excuse me. Oh my god. Consciousness in the future. What is consciousness about? Knight of Wands and sweetness. Why did it call me back again? I looked at the cards again and like it had more to say, but I can't tell. There it was. Okay, so I guess there was something to say. The Knight of Wands is I couldn't tell what it was, but Knight of Wands is very fiery. Sweetness I feel is like a sweet energy, so I'm thinking of like what would I get between like fiery and sweet, and for some reason like cinnamon was like the very first thing I think of. It's like a very spicy, very hot, very sweet like thing. Anything even that's like sweet and spicy, but like I think of cinnamon specifically for some reason. And I know cinnamon is a very attractive, it's like Queen of Wands energy. So moving on to like maybe to get into your Queen of Wands energy, to get into your attractive, very manifesty, very sit and pull in and attract energy. So again, its sweetness is very alluring, very attractive. It's like it's pulling in like the best opportunities for you. And with the Knight of Wands, it's helping you make movement. I think that's really cool. The Queen of Cups is at the bottom. I like it. Queen of Cups has shown up in a few of the readings recently. She's been a star. Okay, so consciousness in the future. What's that about? Consciousness. Oh, we had two. The one flipped back over, and this is the one that fell up face. Justice and consciousness. With the Page of Cups at the bottom and coming out a lot. Justice and consciousness. That's big energy. The universe is definitely helping you out for sure, with it being major arcana. So my usual rule of it being like major arcana is like, for me, like the universe is usually has more of the pull, more of the control over the wheel in a sense, and minor arcana / court cards are like you yourself on earth here taking the movements. So it's like you're coming from Knight of Wands, you're coming from you doing it, you putting in the work, right? You here physically on earth. And now you've got Justice, the universe coming in to balance out that scale, which is really cool. But like also help. It feels like help illuminate you on things, but then also help you, like illuminate you where it may have been dark, but then also show you like, if it's not just a, yeah, I feel like it's just illuminate you where it has been dark, it feels. I feel like that's the outweigh. Yeah. And on the illumination side, it's like, where is that? If they're bringing in the illumination and you're in the dark right here, so you're maybe on that Saturn part, you're doing the work, right? Saturn, work, commitment, I think, what am I thinking, deals? But then just like structures and foundations, long-term things, I don't know, something like that. And then the universe is here on the light side with Venus. So literally bringing in that Venus energy, that sweetness. Venus retrograde just ended currently in this time period, but it could be a different time period when you're watching this. So I don't know, the Venus, the sweetness. Literally look at how the Venus symbol matches this, like right here. The universe is bringing in something that you value, something that'll make you feel balanced and weighted. Venus something that needs needs definite attention. You know, needs like it's gonna need you to look after it and take care of it, but it'll also bring in like well-deserved attention for like maybe things that you work hard on. I don't know, the Libra here, and it's I don't know, it's like honest attention. It's like true. It's I have a feeling it's just like very genuine manifestation. It's like not trying too hard for something, but really still putting in like putting in the right amount of effort, reaping great rewards from it though, for sure. The consciousness, again, like it's lightening you. Like it's like you may have been heavy with that, with all the work that's been done, but the universe is lightening that up. It's shedding off all that dark weight, and you're just going to be that one little ball from the center, and all that light's going to come and envelop you, and it's just going to be a nice balance. Where it has been tough before, the universe would like to step in and help. Actually, with Venus here, the universe would love to step in and help. They've been planning to all along. I feel like with justice, because it's like part of the journey. So they've been planning to all along. But it feels like here, just for some reason, like you've done your due diligence for sure. So the universe is more than happy to bring in this justice for you, for sure. Okay, so if we had the birds, which I just put away, I don't know where the birds went. Damn it! Oh, they're off. They flew off on their journey. That feels like. Let's see what you guys are moving forward to with the lenormand. Like any final note with the lenormand? Any moving forward? I didn't get this, but I got the snake that just like almost flew out. I've been seeing a lot of snakes in my backyard. Trying to fix it. I mean, they're pretty cool to me, but not for the family. Well, saw a lizard and almost freaked out, thought it was one. Alright, what's the final note for the collective? Moving forward. I knew this was gonna come out, but I didn't know it was gonna come out at the end. So an energy of like you maybe knowing something was gonna come, but not knowing when it's gonna come. That's pretty religious in my head. Knowing not when the Father will come. Oh, so you got the mountain. And I saw this card a bunch, and this has been one of my favorite cards in this deck, just because like and maybe it's my Capricorn moon, my Saturnian energy. But it's like, this is such a rough road, but when you get to the mountain, the view, oh my god, the view you have, and it's like, even think of it now, like you can see the whole view from this card. So and maybe it's more so, this is the first time where I've noticed the whole picture of it all. So moving forward, I don't know, you're going up no, because at this point that we're at now, it's like you're at the top of this hill. This card has always felt like you're now going to be walking up this hill to go to the other side, but now it almost feels like I'm looking at it from the other side. So, and I've never seen the card this way. So it's like you are standing up here looking at your view. You have reached the top of one of your mountains within this journey. And that's that midpoint in the, like we had in the birds, like where it's like you're like back here, this point A, you're in the middle, and you're about to go towards point B, like you're on the precipice, on the edge of the cliff, the mountain. It's really, really interesting. The Eight of Wands here, it's like all about listening to yourself, your gut, your faith. The Eight of Wands, like we were wishing for, is about movement. So there is movement that is promised in the Eight of Wands. But it's like, think of throwing something, like something, when you throw a javelin, like the Eight of Wands is about like Eight of Wands flying, right? It's like when you throw like a wand or a javelin or a stick, right? Before you throw that stick, it's not in movement. It's literally like, it has a point before it flies. Like, I feel like I'm over-explaining. I hope it doesn't sound dumb, but it's like, a wand isn't made to automatically fly. It has like human interaction, or it has like an interaction, a reaction, that causes another reaction. So like so that is that reaction. You have to, there's like a balance in it. Before movement happens, it's a sit, it's a pull back, it's like a moment of silence and then movement. So it's like, that's what it is. It's like a moment of silence, a thinking, a feeling, and then as soon as it's almost like a catapult, really. Like when you pull it back and you launch it back, it's like you have to have that moment of pulling back of I hope she didn't just eat something. You have to have that moment of like that science of that, like, of how to angle this out, how to do, not really like thinking into it, but really just feeling it, This is an interesting energy, but it's like almost like a moment of silence right before you're propelled forward, and to really just be in this energy. Because once you start flying, once you start propelled forward, the only way is forward. So this is a good moment to really think about how you're going to be as you move forward, what you're going to look like. You may not know what's coming forward for you, but you do know that, and this is 21, that's literally the world in the tarot, literally a new cycle, and a brand new cycle too. But yeah, I don't know, it's beautiful. Once you come down from this mountain, it feels hermit energy too now. But once you come down from this mountain, you've got so much wildlife, so much nature, so much that's like ready to welcome you, ready to enjoy your energy as well. It's missed you, it feels like, whatever this community, whatever this area is for you that you've probably been away from. But I don't know, this is, or not even been away from it. If it's a new cycle, it could just be people that haven't even met you yet. But it's like they know you and they already love you. That's really beautiful. Alright, I hope that helps. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and comment, and all the beautiful things. That helps get across the platforms. I didn't realize that it does help that, but is that a snake? I'm telling y'all, it's been wild. It's been rough. Mercury retrograde, have mercy on us. I've learned that it actually does help share across platforms. So that would be great if you could. Other than that, I hope it helps, because that's the best part. That's the most important part. I'll see you guys on the next one. If you want any other readings, they should be listed below in playlists. And also, if you want a personal reading, my email is below. I think they were $10. I think I might change that to something. Just check the description for that. But yeah, other than that, you guys have a good day. Stay safe. Drink water. And thank your local transportation. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.